Hey folks, this is ioEther. I'm back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is Canada Forces in his OHO. This is a tier 8 game on Winterberg actually. Details, right? And this is an encounter battle. So, yeah. I guess one of the first things to get into is what this is the tier 8 Japanese heavy tank. And how do you kill this thing? Well, killing this thing from the front is not all that hard. I'm gonna let it get out of the bush so that we start getting the see-through, and now we get the beautiful slow motion of him killing a fence, which should actually be kind of fun to watch. Anyways, if you're not interested on how to kill the tank, now really whatever you do, don't shoot it here unless you can pen above like 240. Because this just won't work. Yes, technically this is a lower glacis. But that technicality is so tiny that it's not worth thinking about. Technically this is upper glacis. We're going to come back to that in a second. And so anything that's flat over here, any of these areas, the front of these turrets that are flat, and the front of this turret's flat, that's all 200. And so with some gold or even some higher penetration on a tier 8 tank, you should be able to go through that and do your damage as effectively as you need to. If he's side scraping, then you want to shoot for these little cheeks here, and you'll go through those. Again, you want to load some gold just to make sure it punches through, but you should be able to do it. Lastly, if you absolutely have to fight this thing from the front, or whether or not you do, you actually want to be shooting for his upper glacis. Why? Well, because this thing is actually 100 millimeters angled backwards at like 40 degrees. So that comes out to about 160 millimeters of armor. If you shoot this, it will be softer than shooting the rest of his armor. Whatever you do, do not shoot him in the lower glacis. Shoot him in the upper glacis. As weird as that sounds, that's exactly the way you need to be killing the OHO. I don't remember if that progresses up the line, but it does with this, and we're going to stick with that at this moment in time. So, yeah. You see he's loaded HE. Oop, and I have sped this up by accident. He's got HE loaded, and he's also got some AP, though he hasn't put that into play yet. And so, yeah, before we get into this game proper, are we gonna? Nope, not gonna make a shot. Okay, before we get into this game proper, I do want to say, please do, if you want, if you think this game deserves the MVP, then please go hit the like button. If you think I deserve more subscribers, then please do share this. And all things thank the patrons, for they really do support this channel and keep it running. And it occurs to me that I forgot to give out last week's MVP. Okay, well that'll get done as soon as this game finishes recording. Whoops, my bad. So he's platooned up with a KV-2. I assume that was just a random platoon and not a friend. But it may in fact be a friend. And if it turns out, so I'm gonna pause here for a second and talk a little bit about this. So I don't really agree with the random platooning thing. If you want to, if there's a friend in game, great. Otherwise, you might as well save that platoon for near the end of the game, where you can tell who the guys are who are earning the most kills, and you're more likely to get crucial contributions, brothers in arms that way. Okay, well, tiny little tier 6 tanks are shooting at us, and it's just annoying. It's not really threatening. It's not like that poor Type 62 who ran into a beautiful HE shot, and that was the end of him. So the KV-2 was trying to replicate that and just couldn't get a shot off. He's actually getting obliterated by the WZ over there and artillery. And I'm sorry about the yawn. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing this. And last night was not pleasant, or I didn't sleep good. we're gonna go leave it at that, and we'll walk away from this conversation and get back into the game. Now, unfortunately, there hasn't been anything to shoot at past a little bit, so there hasn't really been anything to talk about. He is going to push up here. He wants to encircle these guys here. If he can put pressure on them, then the rest of his team can close in, and they can kill these guys without the rest of their team being able to help out. You gotta do that though without poking into this lane here, because of course the tank chargers are camping back here. Will have clean shots down this alley, so you gotta do that from over here somewhere, and even a little bit on this side. If you can do that, if you can pressure them, clean them out, then you can control the cap zone, and then your team can either cap it out, or ooh, that shot though. If that shot had been more well aimed, 75 pen is not enough to go through the upper glacis of the arrow. It is enough to go through the turret though, and that would have been a beautiful shot. He's got to aim. Well, nope, doesn't really want to aim all that much. He's firing HE at Vanoho. He doesn't care so much about the aiming. I was thinking he was gonna try for something else, but wait. I saw that coming. I didn't really expect it to happen though. Why? Why? Okay, so you see that they're firing heat. They're bouncing heat and APCR shells off him, shooting everywhere except for his upper glacis. And because they're hitting these angles, that angled side of his turret, by the way. So looking directly on this side of the turret, if this is 200 and this is angled at, you know, almost like say 40 degrees or something like that, you might not expect that this is 340 millimeters thick. You ain't going through that. Oh no! I don't know what he was looking at, but it wasn't the right place. Oh man! Fortunately, oh, you know what? I think he had it. He was using auto aim, and auto aim was never a good plan when it comes to firing HE. So now we got a bulldog behind us. Now we do have a prototype who is hopefully going to be helping with this. Yep. And so prototype does in fact end up taking out the bulldog, and that helps us out quite a bit. Now coming out from around this corner, no, we really need to aim that shot. If that shot had been fully aimed, that would have gone straight through and punched 910 damage out of that LKV. I know from driving that tank that it is worthless in the armor department. So just aim. Yeah, so he does 200. No! Okay, the first time he does 200 damage to you, it doesn't matter. That thing does 200 damage to you, whatever. You're going to do 900 back to him. You just got to aim. Aim. Don't. Oh. Huh. Okay. And Canada got lucky there with that last shell connecting. Aiming above the tank for I don't know why. I guess he was trying to hit the cupola. The problem is with this much pen, he didn't need to hit the cupola. He could have just hit the tank, which is what ended up happening. He just hit the tank and it blew up. And so those things, it's like shooting at a scout tank. It doesn't have any armor. Its advantage is the fact that it's highly concealable. But it's not not a great tank. So just yeah, you basically let him do 750 damage to you because you didn't want to aim, and that's unfortunate. I don't agree with that at all. But also, I'm gonna stop the tape right now. I'm gonna battle. That's the only I'm gonna stop. So his prototype friend is capping, teammate, whatever. He knows that. The rest of the tanks that he's chasing are faster than he is. There is no way that he's going to be able to catch them or outspot them, because the artillery, of course, can be led by the scout tanks. So the only way he has of getting through this right now is to get back and start capping, hide behind the fountain there, and let the enemies come to him. If he continues to go out into the open, he's going to end up with light tanks on both sides and in a bad situation. Now, we just saw the FE cross the middle. We know where the FE is going. Oh, and that is where the Type 64 is. That was an incredibly lucky meeting and an incredibly stealthy shot. Or, yeah, stealthy? I meant lucky shot. So, where is it? There we go. That Type 64 was probably the best player on their team. And he just got caught out in the open and died. And don't count on doing that many more times with an OHO. You might be invincible some of the time, but if a light tank gets underneath your gun on your side, you are pretty much dead. Unless you can find a building you can scrape them off on. So, what do you see? The FV is so fast that it actually to the ring around the rosy. I mean, all the way around the map before we could try just a little bit and come up behind it. Now, the FV is actually scouting for the 13. Why? I don't know what that 304 was thinking. I thought he was just gonna scout, but apparently he tried to run away. How was that not gonna end in death? Okay, whatever. I mean, never interrupt the enemy when they're making a mistake, right? And that was a huge mistake. There's been several incredible mistakes. The AMX AFK, according to RT20. So, does that mean that's got to be talking about the AMX 1375F? But he's not AFK because he was spotted here. And, well, obviously he's not still here, so he's not AFK. He drove to this spot and then drove away again. Now, he might be... Oh. He's right there. And he is AFK. Seriously? You hit the wall? Okay, I understand, Canada, that you don't like stopping in the open. But there's no way the artillery is going to do all that damage to you. You need to aim this gun a lot better than you have been. Oh, that's a bot program or something. It must be a bot program. And he got himself stuck, I guess, because it like started driving in this direction and then I don't know. I don't understand. Clearly the guy was moving, but clearly he didn't want to move his tank. Weird. Really, really weird. And then in that time, at some point, the AMX must have charged the T-28 and got killed. But I didn't actually see that happen. I was concentrating too much on this craziness. Well played game, and definitely a great showcase for the Yoho. You can see even later on in the game, people still shooting Lower Glacius and upper, like this here reinforced wall armor, and on the side, and on the other side, I actually went through. Nobody's shooting the upper glacis, which is where you want to shoot if you want to go through this thing. Because it's just programmed into us at this point in the game. Do not ever shoot the upper glacis. And on this particular tank, shoot it, and you'll be fine. Anyways, so, Canada, if you want to do a bit better in this tank, next time, spend a bit more time aiming, and you'll hit a bunch more of these shots on the first, and then you'd end, because he'd have still another 500 health if he had killed that IKV at the same time as it killed him, kind of thing. He would have shot him once, he would have spent all the time aiming, and then he would have killed it before it reloaded and shot him again. And then he'd still have another 500 health, and that would be quite nice at this point in the game. But overall, it's a great game, great showcase of just how bully the ioho can be, and just overall, great fun to watch. Thank you so much. Mastery Badge, First Class, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire Effect, and Shellproof. He, of course, nets himself a steel wall because he's just undefeatable in this tank. This poor Type 64 just got blasted away. Actually, this only counts as a one shot because he missed. Because he hit the wall and did splash damage. It only counts as one shot, which is just hilarious. And you can see he one shot almost everybody with the exception of course, the WZ, who rammed into him and killed himself. Because that's just what you do when you're against an ioho, right? You got to die. And of course, he managed to sink the high caliber because, of course, just did so much damage. And the Top Gun is nice too. 3,500 damaged out. Other than the prototype, everyone else on his team just so far behind in damage. It's not even funny. And so this is what I was talking about with the pick your platoon mates carefully. I understand that this guy had an ioho and maybe they went on to do great stuff in later games. And maybe they had a lot of fun together. But for this game, if he'd platooned up with the T-28 near the end, they would have ended up with a Brothers in Arms. And that would have been a really nice bonus to both the experience, and for sure epic medals get you more experience. And just, padding your stats just a little bit more, it would have helped out a lot. Can't help but laugh at this poor Type 62 at the start of the game. Boom! Dead. Poor guy. Anyways, blocking almost as much damage as he did. Well done, sir. And just anytime you can go 2.5 kilometers in an ioho in a game that, the map is... yeah. This meant he traveled a lot, around a lot. Well done. Thank you so much for showing this off to you. I wish you'd been running premium for this, because the extra experience would have been quite nice on this tank. And as you go up through the ranks on this tank, the Type 4, which is the Tier 9 version of this, is right now my favorite tank to play, just because it's so much fun to just go boom, 600 damage, AP. Ha! No, I don't use the HE gun on it. But anyways, the ioho, it was great. It was just a joy to watch you play this. Thank you so much. And just remember to aim in a little bit more, and you'll have a bit more success in this tank. Oh, but yeah, fear the ioho, right? Okay, so if you guys think that this deserves an MVP, please do hit that like button. If you think I deserve more subscribers, then please do share this. And all things, thank the patrons, for they really do carry this channel. And I will see you guys all next time. This is ioEther out.